Hey everybody, can you hear me okay? Let me know in the chat if my sound is good. I'm just trying to find one thing. I want to really quickly before, let me see. I want to find what Justin put out yesterday real fast. So Justice for All, or Justin for All uploaded the actual call, okay? And I want to make sure that I put this out into the chat, okay? So guys, that was really nice. Thank you, Justin, very much for uploading that for summer. I shared on my community post. If you're a creator, I see you, Mama Mia. If you're a creator, please share this right here. This is the original call. There's no interference, and Justin put it up like directly from his computer to your ears. All right, that's all we needed. So for all of those who have been picking through the audio of this old 911 call from October that's been up for, over a year, who are saying that things are said inside that call that aren't, here's the original. Okay, so hang on to this. So this is the October 14th, 2020 call. This is the night of Jose Roman, okay? This is not Summer's 911 call. A lot of people get confused. So this is the incident that Don was arrested for having the pistol in his truck. And this is Justin for All. All right, so guys, take that, put it in your playlist, spread it around. I'll pin it for a minute so you guys have that. I want it to make its way around the community, okay? Do not rely on any other recording from anywhere except that one, the one on Justin's channel. And make sure that if you're ever around somewhere where they're talking about this call or they're using it, make sure they're using Justin's, okay? Straight from his channel. That way, everybody can hear it well, and it's in its original form always. There's been a lot that's gone on concerning this, and that'll be the last thing I'm going to say about it. I'm going to drop it right there. That's the only one anybody should be using, unless somebody else has it directly from Hawkins County, of course, right? So if it's the original, but always make sure that it's the original. And the way I feel truly is that those who have violated Summer sexually online should be arrested. They should be in handcuffs. What Daisy did and Christine and Prayer Garden, Carl, what they're doing to Summer is a violation. Sexual violation of a child. What they're saying about her all over the internet. So if Candace Wells is out there, she should look into pressing charges on those people, because if that was my child, I would have already done that. Okay. Now I'm going to, all right, so Crystal's Crime Time, who is very helpful at times, can be very helpful. She had posted up a video, and I want to share that. Let me get what I did was, though, so bear with me. I took screenshots instead of using the actual video because there's certain parts where she scrolls that I didn't want to cut anything out. So I have all 28 or 29 of them. I can't remember how many. And I'm going to go through those. So I'm going to try to keep this live pretty condensed. I want to keep it neat and orderly and stuff. And we're going to go through these text messages and look through them. All right, Marshmallow. Well, listen, I let you stay a long time, but now you're going to go. And I stuck up for you in an email the other day. Okay, so welcome to everybody who's coming in. I'm going to get, actually, I'll share I'm going to make sure you grab the link that I pinned for that phone call, okay? Because I'm going to take it down and I'm going to put Crystal's link here. I'm going to pin it to my chat. Hold on one sec. I'll also, I'll put these links in my description after too. So Crystal's Crime Time. She put this out this morning, I think early in the morning. All right, Crystal's Crime Time. So this isn't her channel link, but it's her video link. I'm going to put that in place of the call. Hey, Bridget. Sorry I didn't do my normal, like go through the whole chat and say hi to everybody. Apologize. All right. So I'm going to pull up the first one here. So this is Linda. You guys are familiar with Linda? Let me go get that video and put that in the chat. So on Benny's channel, let me go find it. I should have done this before. You guys all know who Linda is, right? She is the babysitter for Tucker Drywall Kids that lives next to Gene Wishon, 423 Chase's brother. These are between Crystal and her. Where is this call? Hold on. Probably longer ago than I feel it was. I don't know. Can one of my mods find that call with Linda, if you don't mind? And keep that in the chat like every once in a while, if you can. Yeah, that was funny stuff last night with Jody Sue, huh? Hey, happy times. Okay. Ooh, what did I just do? I didn't mean to click that. All right. No video file. Okay, this is the first one. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put it on full screen for you. Okay. I'm going to take the comments down, okay? So this first one here is Linda is in gray, Crystal is in blue, all right? So Linda says, I hate to bother you, but someone told me about your chicken fighting video. I saw the lady on Benny's and I am curious. Do you think you could put it back up? I find that crazy that Karen is on Benny's and from Beach Creek. Crystal says, I am not at this point. And I turned it into feds and TBI. I do not want to hinder anything. Linda says, oh man, was it that serious? Crystal says, I think so. Now, she goes on to share Karen Renfro's Facebook profile. Now, you guys, if you don't remember, Crystal had put up a chicken fighting video, and there was a big to-do about the chicken fighting, all right? Now, I'm not going to even give my opinion on it because probably piss people off, but I mean, I think there's worse things that could go on in the world outside chicken fighting, but okay. She says, is that the right lady? Crystal says, I'm not going to give any details at this point. I'm so sorry. So Linda says, I understand. Now, some of these don't matter. Some of them do. So, you know, take that. And I don't like having to do it this way, but it's so much easier than trying to stop and pause, play and pause, trying to find stuff. So Linda sends Crystal a link. Bill to toughen cockfighting law delivered another setback. So Linda's very interested in the chicken fighting. Okay. Now, yeah, Jason's all right. Him and Benny talk, I believe. Okay, so Crystal says, I know you smelled death on Don's site. Tell me about it. Clear yourself, or I'm bringing you up in all kinds of ways. I'm also going to repost my rooster video soon. Not sure when. So, let me get the next one. Hold on, sorry. And you can find this video posted in my comment section on the banner there on the bar, okay? So she says, Linda says, it was a dead dog in a dumpster. It wasn't in a house. And TBI checked it out with another police department. So Crystal says, why are you so involved in this with Scott? Why was you in discords with Penny? Linda says, construction dumpsters are dumped in a site separate, and they checked that. Crystal says, it makes you look guilty. Where did Stacy Slay come from, and where did she go? How does Jody Sue and Luke connect to Tucker and Amanda Athey? You guys can see this all right on the screen, I hope. Let me open this one. So Crystal says, it is time for the truth to start coming out. Linda replies, I haven't been in Discord in a year, and that Stacy Slay appeared in Penny's email. Crystal says, I will send you that video as soon as you start talking. Linda says, don't come at me. I want this little girl found as bad as you. Crystal says, go live with me tomorrow. Linda, I left all the people because of the backstabbing and distraction. So Crystal says, let's talk. Let's get this all straightened out. The reward funds, Chase, billboards, all of it. So then Crystal says, Linda says, I haven't been in Discord in a year, and that Stacy Slay appeared in Penny's email. Crystal, I will send you that video as soon as you start talking. Don't come at me. I want this little girl found as bad as you. Did I read this one already? Oh, I know why. Hold on a minute. Okay, starts right here. I can't go live because I have an active case going, which is why my channel hasn't been updated. Crystal says, with summer? Linda says, but I can give you a direction to research, which I have been working on for over a month against Jody Sue Brown. Crystal says, okay, what is it? What does it say? Amanda C. This proves that this lady has been stalking me for a long time. Amanda C., if that is the case, I'm glad that this is helpful to you. I think that there's a lot going on with Linda and some of the people surrounding Don Wells, really. This is a very interesting situation because there's a lot that Linda said that she took back, like that she knew Don, then she didn't know Don. Hold on. Yeah, I know. Did I not mention her in the beginning? Yeah, everybody who did that, I agree. So let me see. Go to law enforcement then. Who are you talking to? Be real. Someone in trouble. I think that she's already gone to law enforcement. I think that's already being taken care of. I could be wrong, but let me take that down, okay? Because I don't want that to be in the way. Okay. Against Jody Sue. So this one. So here, she talks about Breonna Tester. Hold on. Okay. So Linda says, start with Breonna Tester, second Facebook page. Crystal says she is dead. Linda says, you will see an Alexia Wells. Yes, she is gone. Crystal says, hasn't this been disproven? Linda says, look at the photo on the profile closely, then go to Candace's old page. Crystal says, I do not understand why you need to research Don when you knew him long before. Linda says, Alexia is there with a different last name. I never knew Don. Crystal says, you are Tucker's daycare provider. How are you on the work site if you don't know him? Linda says, I'm not sure where you get your information from, but I never knew the Wells. Ooh, hopefully I got this. Let me make sure. Nope. Hold on. I gotta screen share that one more time because I didn't see that at the bottom. Give me one sec. I did not see that little piece. You guys might have. I skipped right over it. Okay. So she says, Crystal says, we have a friend in common that said you told her this way back at the start of this. Okay. So Linda says, I am a private child care who kept 3 families that work for Tucker, not exclusively Tucker. I keep many children. So Crystal says, how did you know prior that Chase was setting Jody Sue Brown up with the fake fed Stacy? Linda says, I didn't. Penny introduced me to Chase. Crystal says, where did Penny meet Chase? Linda says, she said through Tiffany. Crystal says, no way, no freaking way. Linda says, I have never met Chase, only talked to him. He was supposed to meet me and show me his phone and backed out. Crystal says, both have said Penny introduced them. And then Linda says, Tiffany says the same, so I don't know. Okay, so let me just clear up because I can speak for myself. Penny did not introduce me to Chase. So I think at this point, we all know that. I've never, ever said that Penny introduced me to Chase. Not a day in my life, Linda. So you can definitely not say that. Now, that's the thing. It was a video. The video was called, Are We Missing Something in Jonesboro? It was about the pillow, the bathing suit, and Wetlands Water Park. That was the video that brought 423 Chase alive on the internet. That's when he started uploading at the Meadows. So immediately following that, he went driving through the Meadows. This story has been told a million times. I don't know how it gets misconstrued, but I found Chase myself because of his video at the Meadows. I was investigating all around that area, right? And with the water park and their route, So Chase comes on the scene with all of these videos from that area. That's how that happened. Now, Penny can speak for herself because I can't tell her story for her. So hold on one sec. And that's really not an important part of these, but I mean, enough to clear it up for people. Okay. So this one is next. Let me look at my chat so I'm not missing anything in case anybody is saying anything in here. I never talked to Linda until that panel, I don't think. She's all up in everybody's business though. All right, I don't see anything important in chat at all to do with these texts. I'm just looking through. I'm seeing you guys talking with one another. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. All right, hold on. I'm going to share the next one. Hey, Nana. All right, so Crystal says, you need to go live and tell people all of your connections. This is shady. Where does Luke fit in? And Squall and Scott. Linda says, the only 2 people I ever met personally were Nana for Life and Yennefer. Crystal says, Christy, all of them. It has been too long. The one name that keeps coming up is yours. Now, Christy is Christy Vincent. She was the woman who came in full force defending Chase, and she was the money bags, right? So everybody had to bow to Christy Vincent. She was the weirdo that was emailing me nonstop, harassing the fuck out of me, told everybody that I harassed the church, and pretty much made it look like I was terrorizing her while my emails are blowing up nonstop from her. She was a total weirdo. Okay. I think Christy is shady. I don't care what anybody says. I don't know who she is, what she's about. I don't like her. And I think she's definitely somebody that needs to be looked into, but that's all I can say about that. I've always felt that way. I'll never change my mind about it. I know the way that she made me feel. And it was not a good feeling at all. And that went on for quite a while with Christy Vincent. So Linda says, Scott, I talked to in AB's Discord and Squall through her channel because I knew Tennessee Truth. So did Linda know Tennessee Truth before Summer went missing? That's important. I think that's very important because we talked about this. If you remember on my community post from a couple nights ago, Tennessee Truth had sent me Linda's information and told me that I needed to talk to this woman. Now, that was last year, very long ago. Tennessee Truth and Linda, is there a connection there? Hold on, let me put this up. Luke is a guy I dated in 2000, right after high school. Jody Sue friended Luke on Facebook years ago, maybe 6 years ago. That is when I first knew Jody Sue existed. Okay. All right. Lil Wing. Okay, your live sound just came on for me. Is my sound not right? You guys can hear me, right? I hope. Cool Hand Luke. Yeah. She did the live on Luke. Thank you, Bridget, for dropping that call with Linda. Thank you so much. So if anybody is not familiar with who Linda is, click on the link that Bridget just shared, you guys, because that's a pretty long recording, and it's extremely interesting. Even I was like about to blow a gasket on that phone call. There was a live about him and myself. I'm in the laughter. I remember that live, Amanda. I remember very well. Oh, thank you, Rabbit Hole Goes Deep. Thank you for telling me. I just saw Lil Wing couldn't hear me or something, so I got nervous. So she says, I don't know Christy either, except what has been said through YouTube. So Linda's denying knowing anybody at all, really. The only people she admits to knowing is Nana for Life and Yennefer. The only people she knows. Okay. Crystal says, how did you know prior to the Fed shit that it was going to happen? Linda says, I didn't. Crystal says, look, I knew before it happened, and I was told you said it to the person that told me. Now, I think that it's very important that Crystal, hold on one sec. I don't know if she plans to go through these, but I think she should. Give me 1 minute. Let me look. I'm hoping I didn't screw these up. Let me see. When I share them through Facebook, they get messed up sometimes. Hold on. Oh my goodness. Hold on 1 second, you guys. Technical difficulty. Gotta find where I just left off. And I don't think that Hold on. I'm trying to see. It's not letting me access. It's putting. All right. Hopefully this is best. Okay, got it. Thank goodness. I got nervous for a second. Okay, so Linda says, I'm not sure what you mean at the bottom of that one. So it's on the next image. Let me pull this up. All right, got it. That made me break a sweat a little bit. Okay. So this one says, I'm not sure what you mean. Now, Crystal writes, B.A. Young was my friend. She gave me small bits of pieces of shit you said to her. Brenda has never proven to me what you said, but I believe her because she knew it was Chase and Penny setting it up. I have looked crazy, fought with people over the secret I have kept about the fucking dead dog. I believe it was summer or made up. I know you spoke to Brenda. How did she have that info beforehand? So Linda responds, okay, you're talking about the fake Fed lady. She emailed Penny. Crystal says, yes. Is that not Stacy? Linda says, and sent some stuff, and Penny questioned her. She said she was working with a card team. Penny put her in Discord, and the three of us talked with another person. She was convincing and told us a bunch of stuff. Crystal says, how do you know she emailed Penny? Did you see the email? Now the next one. Is Penny in chat? Okay. So she says, why Penny makes no sense. Linda says, we believed her at first, but then she refused to show proof and I got skeptical, especially when she promised to help me with my son's case. I have the email. Crystal says, can you send it to me? Linda says, I was doing Penny's email at the time. Now, Linda used to monitor Penny's email. She used to tell her what was important, like if there was important stuff from my understanding, from what Penny has said. Linda used to send, like basically filter through what was important, or whatever. So Linda was kind of like a little bit of a secretary for Penny and Scott, if you would say. I would star the ones Penny needed to see. So Crystal says, I'm done. I want my name restored. You reached out to me while I was on the phone conversation with JSB. It was weird. Is there a phone number to Stacy attached to that email? Linda says, I will have to get the email off my server at nap time for the kids, but I will send it to you. Penny had her phone number, but I don't. So Crystal says, okay, we can message later. I have to get ready to go to the hospital to see my mom. I want to get to the bottom of all of this because the shit needs to end. People are throwing about money again. It has to stop. So Linda writes, when I started feeling like she was a fraud, I backed away, pissed off at everyone. Hold on. I can see jaded. All right. Then Linda writes, I promise you I am just for Summer, not for anyone else. Crystal says, why doesn't Penny ever tell anyone how she met Stacy and introduced her to JSB? Linda says, I don't know. I don't talk to Penny anymore. Crystal says, why are the starts of the discords never shown by either JSB or Penny? How did Penny and Scott meet? Linda says, I'm not sure. Scott introduced me to Penny, who he met in AB's Discord. Now, this here doesn't make sense to me. And now, I don't know where Scott met Penny, where Penny met Scott, where, all of this happened. I wasn't in that Discord, so I did not see any of those conversations. I believe Penny's put out a lot from them, but I've never seen the starts of those conversations either. But I believe that Jenny and Adrian have, right? Because they were added to the Discord, so they should know, right? But I don't get Scott. The AB's Discord was not the first step in meeting, because no. Is Penny here? She says, mind you, this conversation with Linda and Crystal took place after we recorded her call. So, no, some of this is from way back, right? Hold on, because the first email, hold on, let me find it. Let me do it on this one. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't think Scott was in AB's Discord before. I really don't. When did we have that? Phone call? Wasn't it in August, Penny? Wasn't it like August 28th? Because these texts go back before that. I don't remember the exact date of the. That's what I thought, Luda. I would rather figure out, like, so wasn't Penny vetted by Linda for snot? 8/28. Yeah, that's what I thought. So these go back even before that, though. So they were in contact before the call. He was his older Discord. Right, but that's not where people met, in his Discord, because we were already in the community together for a while. And hold on, let me see something. So let me see something. Okay. Yeah, the first one I think was July. So it was like a month before, Penny. So her and Crystal were talking a month before, I believe. Scott vetted me for Linda. All right, Penny, that's really like important. So can you come up here? Are you able? Do you have time? I can't stay alive all day, but I have time to let you up. I never spoke to Scott in chats on YouTube till I saw him in Discord, and I was looking for the Karen Goad bet. Right. You started your channel August 18th, right? All right. Yeah, because Chase uploaded, right. So you started your channel on August 18th, I believe, August 18th. And Chase uploaded the very next day. I remember because I used to like ride your ass about that. Chase came on the scene right after, like the day after. Hold on. So let me keep reading these. So Linda says, I reached out to Scott to get the route to Ben Hill. And then I did a couple time drives. Now, this doesn't make sense to me. Why would Linda need to reach out to Scott to get the route to Ben Hill? Linda is a local. So this is a lie. This is a lie. There's absolutely no way that Linda needed Scott to tell her the route to Ben Hill. I don't believe that, Linda. I don't believe that at all. Okay? So that's bullshit. Scott, who has admitted to knowing all of these people that gave accounts of Dawn that day, right? Scott says he knows all of these people at Tucker Drywall. He's actually got his own friends who work there. Okay. You've got Linda who does the babysitting there. So Penny gets vetted by basically Linda and Scott. Linda lives next to Chase's brother. Does this really fit together or what? It's like one link to the next link to the next link to the next link. So Scott H, Linda, Chase. You see where this is going? Why are all these people connected? Well, check out the last two words of my title. That's why. is what I would assume. All right. So Crystal says, I know that. Now, let me pull up the next one. Yeah, Linda must not have Google Maps. She doesn't know her own area either. She needed to reach out to Scott to get the actual direction to Ben Hill Road. Check that out. Does he know how much the pay rate at Tucker Drywall was? It'd give an estimate to see how much Don was actually working with when he got the check. No, I don't care about the car stay Tigerist. Okay. What I'm concerned about is this group of local people. Oh, and I cannot forget that Linda has connection not only to Scott, okay, and I'm not gonna spare anybody's feelings here at all because I'm irritated. You've got Yennefer, Linda, Nana for Life, Scott, Chase, all these people, right? Make it make sense. Who are these people? Why are they even doing this? Like, why are there all these distractions from this one specific group of locals that all have connections to Tucker Drywall? So if Nana for Life and Yennefer know Linda, maybe they should try to clear some stuff up, is what I'm thinking. Because 423 Chase, no one could tell me that Linda didn't know that his brother lived next door. I believe Linda knows 423 Chase, and I believe that Scott H knows 423 Chase as well. So, and always has. But that's just my opinion. Okay. So, like I said, Crystal, she's got so many things that she could do to help with the situation, and I appreciate when she puts out actual, this is the problem. If this community cannot work together, we're never going to be able to put the pieces together. And when you've got all these little friendships, well, they don't want to hurt this person's feelings. Well, that person's so-and-so's friend. This enough is enough already. The only person that should matter is Summer. Who cares about Summer's feelings anymore? It's all about everybody else, from the subs to creators, everything. Everyone's so worried they're gonna upset somebody that they're gonna never find any of these connections. And I'm done with it. I'm over it. All right, so let me pull up the next one. Oh, it's already here. Hold on. So let me take it down. Well, Linda says she's never met Chase, but she's definitely met Chase's brother. He lives right next door. Oh, Yennefer caused a lot of trouble for me. Do you guys remember? That was quite wild. And I never trusted Yennefer, ever. And there's also something very interesting that happened recent that I've never said a word about. But trust me, I see. So Crystal says, I know that. I knew you did that. Was Chase with you? Linda says, that's how I got involved. No, I have never met Chase. So Crystal says, how do they know Squall? Do you know who Squall really is? Where did Chase come from? Do you know? Sorry, I asked you that already. I am tired, haven't slept. I'm so confused. I do not understand why Penny would just jump on the Feds bandwagon, or how Chase got brought in that is what needs to be figured out. There has been so much drama and crazy in this case with tons of scams. Do you believe she was real? Because she was fake. Why was no impersonation charges been brought? Who has ever done shit like this before? I'm not a JSB supporter, but why would fake feds meet with her? So Linda says, sorry, a parent dropped off their child. Stacy was fake. So Crystal says, this makes no sense, and no one, especially Scott and Penny, will tell how they all know each other. I have never seen Penny anywhere near AB's chat before. Hold on. Okay. So then she says, this is the continuation of where I just was. She came out of nowhere, so it's weird to me that she would be in AB's Discord. He lives in Canada, not Tennessee. All right. Well, him living in Canada, not Tennessee, doesn't have anything to do with anything, I don't think, because this is YouTube. You could be talking to someone that lives in Australia. Like it doesn't matter. Like there's no, in my opinion, just because somebody lives in a different country, we're all on YouTube. We're all, intertwined in one way or another through like, chats and live streams and whatnot. So I don't think that him living in Canada has anything to do with why would someone be in his, I'm in America and I was in his Discord. All these people were in America and they were, you know what I mean? That just doesn't make sense. Um, Linda says, JSB was done wrong, but honestly, I'm not sure how a lot went down because one day she was talking to me and the next she was accusing me. Crystal says she has mental issues. It is very apparent schizo. I would even say so. These people provoking her and bringing attention to her makes no sense. Why not ignore her? Well, Crystal, I can answer that for you. No one's trying to provoke Jody. I've only been trying to weed through the bullshit. I'm not here to provoke anybody. I'm here to find out what the hell is going on. That's it. I don't see it as provoking. I see it as trying to get to the answers. Hey, T Proco, how are you? Hey, Kimmy D. Let me see. The local divide. Yes, when evil entered, absolutely. So let me put that up real quick. The locals divided everyone for a reason. I agree. And those locals are Scott H., Linda, Chase. Hold on. You guys want to finish the rest for me? How about everybody flood my chat with the names of the people that you feel are interfering in Summer's case from that local area? All the red flag people. And I'll highlight them. I'm looking. Hold on. A lot of people say JSB. Yeah, JSB doesn't have nothing to do with this shit, though. Where's Jody Sue in this situation? She's not involved in this shit with the Tucker Drywall stuff. Right? Hold on. JSB, Scott H, C123, TT, Squall. Put them all in a complete little comment because they're all together. Nana says, Scott, Chase, TT, Yennefer, JSB, Linda, Christy Vincent. Squall should go in that sentence also. Nana, I think Nana's probably got it pretty right on. Without Squall there, though, in that. But Jody, you can't put Jody in this one. Not in my opinion. And that's just me being truthful. I don't see Jody in this situation at all. Scott and Linda both have connections to Tucker Drywall. Hey, Tennessee Blonde. Don and Candace have definitely caused them, but we can't count them. We can't count Don and Candace because they're not involved in this situation. This situation is Linda, Scott, okay? You got Yennefer, for Andy V. I'm just talking specifically about this situation with the fake feds and the local bullshit. surrounding Tucker Drywall. These employees that work for them, okay? That's Scott and Linda. It all comes back to them. And then you see the people surrounding them, they all know. They all know exactly what they're doing. Very interesting to me. And that's why I say, Crystal, don't hold back on this shit. Put it out, because this is the useful content that actually can help Summer. Crystal has a wealth of knowledge over there. I don't know why she gets so angry at people. She's got so much to offer. Like, Crystal literally has so much to offer in terms of helping Summer. And I don't know why she's not. I don't know if she feels like, and if you're listening, Crystal, I don't know why you feel like people are against you. In order to work together for Summer, how are we going to do that? I'm listening to you. I listen when you talk. I listen when you put out all of the things you put out. I pay attention and I care. Well, I don't like fighting with you. That's all. Yeah, I can send you it. Here, I'll drop it right in the chat, Penny. So Crystal has all of these things that matter so much. You know, it's like, just what, last week I put that shit out about TT. Like, this stuff really matters because it all means something. And it all leads back to a very specific place. Yes, Nana 6 did hit the nail on the head. She knows exactly the names, all of them. I've questioned the Tucker connection since Linda came up on your panel. Well, Linda has said a lot of shady shit, down to even there being a dead dog in a dumpster. So, you know, I mean, here's Fizzle. Well, let me make sure it's Fizzle. Okay, I heard you. There you are. I can't stay on too long. You don't have to stay up long. I just have, so will you do one favor for me? Will you explain the exact way that all of this took place? And I know that you've done it before, but I want to try to understand with the Scott shit. So Scott and Linda, right? You were vetted by Linda for Scott, right?
No, I was, no. I was vetted by, in quotes around vetted, because the vetting process for Scott is just talk your ear off for like 3 to 5 hours. And if you're, in my opinion, I feel like if you're gullible enough, then you get to meet Linda. But that's just in hindsight. That's what I think. But I think that it's basically he just talks to you for a long time, and then if he feels like you're a good enough person or something, then he lets you in on some of the little secrets that Linda was telling him, which she was getting from like her daycare dads, who's like law enforcement and stuff like that. I put all this in Crystal's comments just so I don't ever have to like type it out anywhere again. But I met Scott. I never saw Scott in anybody's YouTube chats before. I didn't pay attention that much to chats, or specifically who was chatting and where. But in AB's old Discord, you know what? It could have been AB's and it could have been Chris's. I don't know. He might have been in both, but I do know that it was in one of those. And the way he was just like talking to various different people about like he was familiar with the area, caught my attention. And so I think I was looking for Karen Goad's obituary, and he said that he had it, or he said he could help me with that. And so that's whenever we moved to DMs, and he copy and pasted whatever he had in the chat. And then it just went from there, like, you know, kicking the can around and talking about Dawn and them. Yeah. And then he kind of told me, he was like, there's like a little group out there that is working together to find Summer. And it was like people who are like law enforcement too. And, you know, come to find out, it's just the daycare dads. That's it. Like, it's not like anything like organized or nothing. It's just that he was getting bits of information that Linda was getting from either law enforcement officers whose children go to her daycare or their wives. Like, it's nothing special. Like, she's just a nosy busybody, and that's all she's doing. And Scott felt like he was privy to inside information, so he felt special, I guess. I don't know.
All right. But like, so what does Scott tell you about Linda? Did he ever tell you anything about her?
No, just that she needs to be protected because like it can't get out who she is because she has a business that can't be affected. So I mean, eventually it came out that she has a daycare.
Yeah.
But basically that was kind of just
Penny, how long did that go on for when he was saying that Linda needed to be protected? Like, how long if you could think back, like, how long do you think that it went on for? Like keeping her anonymous and all the way through the story of the lunch break and everything, right? She was the one that had the story of Dawn taking the lunch break and all of that. So, like, was it over the course over a couple months that he said she needed to be protected? Like,
well, I mean, he didn't just continuously say that she needed to be protected. It was
right.
just like you say it once or twice and then you just know, like, don't tell people that post-it note 3 is Linda and
So
has a
how long
daycare.
did that go on for? Like, is basically what I'm asking.
I think, I mean, I would say, and if we didn't have them both on the phone call, I would have to assume it was still going on. If we
Mhm.
didn't have both of them on the phone call and hear for our own selves Scott yell at her, um, I would I would assume it was still going on. He's never indicated anything otherwise that would make me feel like he's like upset with her for her fuckery, except for that phone call.
Yeah, they want to hear the phone call. I'll play it after, you guys, after I'm
But
done with doing
no,
all
but
this.
Scott, we didn't record that part because she
No,
wasn't sharing her. We started to screen
I thought
record
the
when
phone
she
call was
started
being
sharing her
recorded
screen.
already. Like
Mm,
when we first got
From
on the
Jenny,
phone
maybe,
call,
I don't know.
yeah, when we first got on the phone call, I was like, well, someone gonna record this? Like, I mean, it's kind of important. I didn't have time to. I think I was really busy like on that phone call running around. So by the time I picked up, I only screen recorded when she showed her screen and I didn't even get sound, I realized. So I don't even have Penny, I don't even have um the part that you need. So when we got on the call, if I asked if we could record it, and Jenny said I got it, and then at the end we found out she wasn't recording. So the only part we have is that one part that you put out, as far as I know.
Well, I mean, whenever I was getting ready to put my part out, she said that she said, "Do you want me to send it to you?" And I
So
was
does
like,
she
"Yeah,
have it?
please, great." But yeah,
So
she
she
has
does
it.
have it.
She does, but
So
she
why'd she say
hasn't.
she didn't? She
No,
told me she didn't have it, a
I
recording.
don't know if she means that she has the entire thing or just the part where Linda started screen sharing. But I didn't know she was recording the whole time. I didn't think that that would even be,
I
you
thought
know,
she was recording the whole time. Because if I would have known she wasn't, I would have made that happen, right? Like I would have made sure to go figure it out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's super important. Now, whether or not she has the whole recording or not, I don't know. Because you said she was going to put it out the other side, right? But you don't know if it was just that one part.
yeah, it was my understanding it was just the
All
part
right.
where we were screen sharing with Linda.
All right. All right. Um, hmm. Let me see if I can text her real quick, Jenny. Let me ask her.
She's probably watching.
I don't know if she is or not. I think if she was, she would say something. Um,
Mm,
maybe not, but Sorry, guys. Hold on. I hope that makes sense. I don't know if it does. All right, Tucker and Lawson were both running for office positions. Yeah. Well, that's another part of there is a political element here with Linda. And
Mhm.
Penny, you want to explain that little part?
Well, she was talking about. So at one point, she came up on my.
Wait, hold on a sec. Sorry. No, Paula Hour. Let me correct this. Sorry, Penny. So you introduced Chase to Penny? No, I did not introduce
Mhm.
Chase to Penny. No, no, no. I found Chase's videos and started playing them. I pretty much gave him, well, I did give him an entrance into the community by doing that and pretty much, thought he was a helper. So I did not introduce Penny to Chase. No. How did you meet Chase, Penny? I don't
He was
remember.
in your Discord, and I DM'd him.
Okay. But she came to you with the interview with the elderly neighbor and Chase that never. Yeah, Paul Hour. So I have that. I actually have that live. And I was going back through it the other day because that live stream I want to listen to again. There was a neighbor, right? So this all this stuff comes back up. And if you weren't here at the time that all of this happened, there's so much. It's really like a horrible maze that you just cannot get through because all of this shit happened, right? So Penny, it was Libby and Penny came up on my panel. They were having trouble with you were having weather issues, right, Penny? And you
Yeah,
couldn't.
we were under like a tornado watch or
Yeah.
something.
So she kept getting like her stream kept on not working or whatever. So I brought her over here. Chase was the person who was giving the information, right? He
Mhm.
was supposed to meet with a neighbor. And this was the
So
person that allegedly saw Candace and Don running down the road and someone running after them. And they saw all this,
yeah,
this big to
so
do go on.
right, so this okay, so Chase had a lady over there in that area. I think it was Mary Sexton, who this is all what he told me. I don't know if it's true or whatever, but this is what he told me. That the old lady texted him in the middle of the night, and he went over there because she told him that Dawn and Candace were like fighting or something, and that there was a lady chasing after Candace on the road, and Dawn was there too, and like somebody was naked. I don't know, some
Mhm.
craziness. So this is also the night. So all of this, Brad is claiming that this old lady told him. And then it was that night that Candace prank called Mary. So there was something going on over there. So he allegedly went over there to sit with the older lady, and she talked to the cops, supposedly. Um and then so he went home later, and then the whole thing with the prank call to Mary happened. And the next day I was like, hey, I want to talk to her. I want to ask her what she saw, and what did the other woman look like, and who was it, and all that stuff. And he was like, well, I can probably, I'll go back over there and get her to talk to you. And I was like, all right, well, cool. And so he goes over there, and he's like, oh, well, she's got all these different medical appointments. So I'm going to run her up to, get her prescriptions and pick her up from a doctor or
Sounds
whatever.
like someone you would know, right? That would
Yeah,
drive
yeah.
you to the doctor and to get prescriptions and all kinds of things. Yeah.
hmm And so he does this stuff,
And the
supposedly.
neighbor was Mary Sexton, right? To be clear,
I
not Jody
do
Sue.
believe so. Yeah, right. Not Jody Sue.
Okay.
And
Hold on. Let me ask you, how did you find out that it was Mary Sexton?
because that's what Linda and Chase led me to believe. But
So
then,
Linda and Chase. So wait a minute. Linda was behind the scenes on this shit. Like Linda was actually wait. So when all that was going on, Linda was involved too.
yeah,
Okay.
well, after to what it appeared to me to be after the fact, because so once the interview didn't happen, I still wanted to know like what was going on. And so Brad gave Linda the phone number to the granddaughter of this lady,
Mhm.
the neighbor. And so Linda reached out to her, and um, the granddaughter was basically saying like this, my grandma, she's not good with describing things, or she can't stay on topic or whatever, like older people problems, and um kind of like dementia type stuff. And so Linda eventually tells me that that phone number, she ran it, the one that Brad gave her, for this older lady's granddaughter.
Mhm.
um she ran it, and it supposedly comes back to Leslie Hill's daughter, Stephanie Calhoun.
Say that one more time so I can hear it one more time.
So Brad gave Linda a number that goes to the older neighbor lady's granddaughter.
Mhm.
Linda claims she ran that number,
Mhm.
and it goes to Leslie Hill's daughter,
Okay.
Stephanie Calhoun. So I was never given the phone number. I
Mhm.
asked because I was asking Linda to talk to the older, because the lady supposedly didn't want to talk to anybody. They didn't trust any outsiders. They only wanted to talk to locals or whatever.
Mhm.
Okay, fine. So I never got the number. So I was relying on Linda to communicate back to me what happened that night.
Mhm.
And all I got back was that the older lady is not good at recalling things because she's like senile or something.
Mhm.
And so eventually, and I think by this time she died. Um,
Yep, they're all dying, all of them. They're all
yeah,
dropping dead. It's crazy.
yeah. And so, I mean, there's two right there. So she claims that was Leslie Hill's daughter, whose phone number she had. Now this neighbor lady is dead, and now so is Leslie. Like,
It's
I
kind
don't
of
know.
convenient, right? Like that all of the people who you name are dead, and it's only been 2 years. They're just dropping like flies. It's
Yeah, they are, and not to mention, the other, the other one. I know you don't want to talk about him, but
go
the
ahead.
one
No,
related to
whatever.
Jody Sue.
You could talk about whatever. Go ahead, Penny. Don't hold back because I don't like somebody. It's all good. Go ahead. Say what you got to say.
No, Jody Sue's brother. He had an
Oh, okay.
unexpected, untimely, he had
Yeah,
a,
with
a
all due
random
respect.
illness.
Yeah, we're
Right.
not we're
And
not speaking negatively about him. He's deceased. God bless him. I'm not that is, I don't like talk about people who are deceased, but if it matters to Summer, with respect, we could talk
and it
about him.
does, because Dawn mentioned him as being someone
Yeah.
who drove that truck. And then also, this, well, I mean, you heard Jody Sue's sister say that her mom had a heart attack and there was like no blockages. It seemingly came out of nowhere, right? I don't know.
Amy D, she was in Penny's, but I don't believe Linda was ever in my Discord. Not that I can remember. Was she in my Discord ever? She could have been.
She probably was at one point. I
What was
wouldn't
her
doubt it.
name in there?
DMCC.
Oh, DMCC. Yes, she was in my Discord. I didn't know. So she was DMCC too?
Yeah. In Discord, that's what she was. She was
She
actually,
was that in chats also, though. She had DMCC for chats also.
I don't think I've ever seen her on YouTube as DMCC. On YouTube, she's been like Coffee Crayons and Crime, Post-it Note, um, the Silencer, or something like that, because
Back
allegedly.
way back when, though, I remember DMCC in chats. I swear. That's
But
interesting. Okay, so don't take it for 100, but gravy and biscuits. It's probably a word that you're using that's blocked on my channel. So if you'd like to email me, you can. Whatever you're trying to ask me, if it's not coming through, it's probably a word I have blocked. So you can email me. Okay. Thanks.
So DMCC stands for Daycare Mom Crime Club.
Daycare Mom Crime Club. Okay, so does she have a club of daycare moms that are into true crime? That's
I
interesting.
remember, yeah, I think so
Daycare
because
Mom.
originally she told me that she would eventually start a channel with the ladies who also are
Oh,
into true crime or something. I don't
Linda
know.
has a crime club. Cool.
Yeah.
So, all right. Um,
But at one point we referenced her, Scott and I referenced her as like a symbol, like just an emoji because she was not supposed to be like known, right? So she um originally she was in Discord under her name, but she's supposed to be held secret, right? She's supposed to be like, nobody's supposed to know who she is or whatever, but like literally her Discord name was Linda Lorraine. And I went to Facebook immediately and I was like, hey, if nobody's supposed to know who you are, then I would change your name because here's your Facebook. And she was like, well, how do I change my name? Oh my God. And then she figured it out. And so.
Lady Sleuth, you remember? I'm sorry, I always still call you Lady Sleuth. I remember that name too in chats. I do. I remember that name in the Discord, and I didn't know that that was her. I knew that Post-it note and coffee crayons and crime or whatever was her, but I did not know DMCC. And maybe someone told me that, but I don't hold on to everything that's told to me. There's so much that passes my eyes and ears. I really don't hang on to everything I see.
Mhm.
So I didn't know that. I didn't know that that was, and I didn't know that's what it stood for either. That's such a strange, whatever.
And
Linda is,
most of what I'm saying, if not all of it, can be found in the comments of Crystal's video as I'm answering her questions again.
um, I don't, I mean, when Evil entered, you do a lot of really good digging, but the Boswell case was brought up by Don on day 3. That's something I won't forget ever. Oh, is she in my Discord right now? DMCC is here in Discord.
Mm.
Linda. Hold on. She's still in my Discord. I didn't even know. See? I don't pay attention to that shit. That's all right. She could stay. Whatever. Um, maybe I'll message Linda later. Yeah, kids in crime. That's scary, right, Harley? Yeah. Weird, right?
But she also messes with, how like Andy, and it seems like Andy's wife tends to talk to literally everybody, like just they're all over the place. So does Linda. Linda's left hand was Levitt, and you know how much fuckery he does. And man, she's all over the place. Do you remember whenever we were screen recording with her, before we were screen recording, she was saying, no, I'm not talking to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
She was saying she hadn't been to Lip's channel in a long time. She doesn't watch anymore. She doesn't watch Jody Sue. Lips was at the top of her text message communications. Like, she's lying. Why? Why? I don't, ugh.
Why? Can I ask you, do you remember Damsel in Distress?
Yeah.
Why do they have the same emoji? Why'd they use the same emoji in Discord? I'm looking at, I'm remembering Damsel and DMCC. Like,
I
have you talked
remember,
to Damsel in a while, or
no, not in like, oh my God,
do
probably
you
even
know
more than a year.
where the hell
But
is she? She disappeared or what?
I
Hmm.
don't know. She might have changed her name, but I remember it was sometime around a special event, like a 6 month or a birthday or something like that, where they changed it or something. I don't
All right,
remember.
so on Crystal's, you wrote, I met Scott in AB's Discord, if I'm not mistaken. I hadn't even heard him on Tiffany's panel or any of the other people's panels he went on. He may have been in CM's Discord too. Maybe that's where I met him in Discord, though, for sure, though. Scott needed to vet me and make sure with Linda that I was okay to talk about things with. Then Scott put me in touch with Linda. All right, so he came from the Web Sleuths group too, right? Scott did.
Did he?
Yes, as far as I know, yeah. I believe he's definitely said that before, but he could be lying.
Oh, because he said he was on her. See, I never even heard him on Trisha's
That was
panel or
after, yeah.
yours
He
or.
went on Web Sleuths. He came on mine. He went on Web Sleuths. Then he went on J for Justice. So he started making his rounds. Like Scott came up on my panel, but the date he came, that was very early on in Summer's case that he came up on my panel, because I remember Jules of Thought had him up also the day, I think it was like the day after. And he was very vocal about, the community and the area and everything. He was trying to tell everybody all about the place, right? Because he was a local. So he was like basically getting his time to shine and whatnot. But he came over here, and I believe I can drop the link to that. If you guys want the first panel Scott was ever on, I can give
I
it
never
to
heard
you.
it, actually. Is that the one where his dad said something about spaghetti and pants?
Yeah, that's the live that his dad yelled at him to put pants on. You didn't hear that?
I'd
You didn't
never
hear
listened
that
to it. I
panel?
never listened to him on any of those places he said he went.
Here, I'll grab the link and put it in chat real quick. I never knew you didn't hear the panel with Scott on it.
Mm-mm. What's the date?
I'm going to tell you in a sec. I'm almost getting to it. It's so far back. I believe that the panel we did is right around here. Yeah, live with true crime commentary. Okay, so here's the link to the live that me and Penny and Libby did, where it's unlisted. It's not public right now, but this is the live with Penny. And this was about the neighbor, right? About the neighbor that was going to come on panel. And there was like 2,600 people in this chat waiting, and he never showed up with the neighbor.
Yeah, and you remember he said he got in an accident whenever they were moving from her house to go somewhere with better Wi-Fi, and like they were en route to, I think, go to the granddaughter's house supposedly.
He said he was in an accident, and I remember Scott didn't he say no one can know that it's Chase doing this interview or something? So I was like, really, it was really fucked up, the whole thing.
And I believed him too, because he sent me a picture of like him bleeding in a truck. Like,
yeah, but I never got that. Remember, I asked you, I was like, what did it? So the live that Scott did was literally during the same time frame with you. So hold on.
I started talking to Scott by the time he had already gone up on your panel.
August 1st. So he came on my panel August 1st. Let me unlist this one too. Hold on.
Let me go to my Discord on my computer real quick and see when the first time I talked to him.
Edited at all either. So all right. So this is the link. I'll put it in chat. This is the first panel Scott was ever on. I don't know what else to call it. You guys can save this, take it, whatever. Dr. Latino was up there, I guess, too.
And I don't know if this is relevant or not, but I do know that whenever Scott, like after we fell out or whatever, and then later started talking again to try to like just work together at least, or be kind to each other, he asked me, what did I really know about the whole Stacy Slay thing? And I was like, I told him, I'm like,
get into that right there. The Stacy Slay stuff's
but
coming up.
He told me that somebody was emailing him saying that one of another person who lives out there was pretending to be Stacy Slay. But then we ran that email, and it was like a trucker email, and it went back to somebody who is deceased. And the person I'll put it in private chat who the email claims was that person.
Anybody can see that if they come up here, I don't know if it's totally up to you if you want to do that, but the private chat can be seen by everybody if you don't want it to get out.
I don't care. I just don't want to blast this
I just
person
wanna make
like
sure.
that.
Oh, I'll blast that bitch all day long.
Oh.
Okay, so hold up.
But I don't think it's true, because when we ran that email, it came back to somebody else that's not her.
You have proof that it came back to her?
Yeah, me, Adrian, and Jenny looked. No, didn't come back to. No, it didn't come back to her.
Okay.
But the person who was emailing Scott said that it was her, and we ran the email, and that email went back to a dead person.
Well, then the emailer couldn't have been the dead person if they're dead.
Right.
Okay. Can you give me the email? Do you have it still? The email address?
Yeah, it's got to be in here somewhere. I'm going through all of my shit. I don't know how far back it would
be. You don't have to get it right this second either. I'll just make a note of it. So so you came up on September 1st. That was September 1st. So it was the day after the situation with the Mary call. The night after all the crazy shit happened with that phone call, the prank call that Candace did on Mary. Mm-hmm. So it was the very next day that you came up with Scott or I don't know if Scott, he did come up at some point. So with Libby and then you came up on, he came up on August 1st. You came up on September 1st. So your live stream.
Let me just put this out here real quick. The first time that I DM'd Scott was August 10th.
August 10th, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then August 18th, you guys had the channel, right? You made the channel, the True Crime Commentary?
Yeah.
All right, so August 10th, you met Scott.
So that's my first time talking to him on this DM. Mm-hmm.
All right, so August 10th. He came up August 1st. So he came up on my panel August 1st. Then he linked up with you on August 10th. Then Chase came into the picture 9 days later. The day after you started your channel, Chase uploaded. So so August 1st, Scott comes up here. August 10th, you link up with him and texting and shit. And then you guys created the True Crime Commentary channel, which is now Fizzle, right? And then, so that's like the sequence of events. So it goes pretty much all within the same week, right? Scott, Penny, and I'm asking you this, tell me do you have like your first messages with him, Scott?
Oh, yeah, I do. I have it all.
All right. I think that you should look through those like really well with a different set of eyes at some point, go through those and like just really, read through them and stuff, because did he ever mention Chase to you? Like, when did he first ever mention Chase? Do you know?
He didn't trust him. Like, I remember I was trying to talk to Brad, and I don't remember exactly at what point I wanted to interview him, but Scott immediately didn't like him and just said something about him he don't trust. And I mean, to me, that wasn't okay. Like, you don't even know this guy. Why are you like being mean to him? But I don't remember. I mean, that had to be like within days of interacting with him, with Brad, that Scott was like, yeah, no. So I'm going through me and Linda's right now. I'm trying to get my way up to the top so I can see how how long it was before or after I started talking to Scott that I started talking to Linda. But you know what's interesting is Linda brought my attention not only to Stacy Slay, and she starred that email, and in her own words, you see that she starred stuff that was important, that she wanted me to see. But in that same week, and I can't remember which one came first, but in the same week, she also brought my attention to Jody Sue. She says Jody Sue Brown is posting stuff on her Facebook. I said, who the hell is
What's the
Jody Sue
date?
Brown?
What's the date on that?
Um, hold on. All right. So the day that I started the channel, August 18th, is the first day that I talked to Linda.
The day you started your channel.
Was the day that I mean, this is as far back as it goes now, unless she
And
deleted
Scott
something.
already knew her? He was already talking to you about Linda?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So.
And she's been a Discord member, it says, since February 11th, 2021.
All right. Hold on. I have to just answer a text real quick.
And Scott's been a Discord member since August 8th, 2021. Well, that's interesting. He was a new Discord user.
Say that again. Sorry, hon.
Scott, his Discord is started on August 8th, 2021. He says Discord member since August 8th, 2021. So
right. August 8th. So he joined Discord on August 8th.
And created his Discord account.
Yeah. So that's all within the same, it's 8 days later. So after he came on my panel, he joined Discord. Just joining from my phone.
And Linda's started, her account was created February 11th, 2021.
All right. We're gonna get the other, I don't know when, but we'll have the other side to that call with Linda. Well, I'll figure it out some way to put it up, or have you, I don't know. We'll try to, Penny, is there a way, do you think, that we could fix that audio so that they can hear you with the other audio? Like, can we, I don't think.
Yeah, remember we were talking about it. Me, you, and Benny were talking about it. So if Jenny started recording around the same time I did.
She says she thinks she might got a little bit more than you did, like maybe by a couple minutes or something, but that she's basically, she has the other side. She asked if I need it. I told her no rush, but yeah, so we have you at least on the call, your voice and stuff.
So the way that works is on Jenny's side, you can't hear Jenny, and on my side, you can't hear me. So if we were to match them up, you should get the whole thing.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm coming on my phone real quick. I'm going to come up here. Let me just add myself. What did Penny, when he spoke to you about Linda, how did he approach that? Like, how did he introduce her to you? Do you have those? Like, how did that go for you with him? Like, what was your introduction to her?
Just that there was somebody out there. Hold on, I'm going through it.
Hey, Susan. Sorry I've not been like interactive with the chat. I'm all over the place, like looking at shit. And I'd like a cigarette, so hold on. I'm going to join here. I'm going to finish these texts also that Crystal put out. And again, I want to thank Crystal for putting out these messages. I appreciate that. I think the community appreciates that. All these little things really matter for summer. You've got a lot of interference being run. Scott H., you're looking shadier and shadier and shadier by the day, dude. Like, I don't think there's anybody that looks as shady as you, besides Jody Sue. Okay. Can you hear me all right, Penny?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're looking through those to see what he said about her?
Yeah, but I'm thinking, okay, so right here I see Linda might want to change her name and her face because again, she was on Discord as her name and her face.
She
And
wanted to
then,
change her name and her face.
well, because remember, they're telling me that she can't be, put out there on blast as somebody who's talking to Dawn's coworkers and, um, that she has connections to law enforcement because she has his daycare and all this stuff. So whenever I contacted her or she contacted me on Discord and I saw that it was her name and her face, I told Scott, I was like, Linda might want to change her name and face. And then Scott said, I have no idea what she shared with you, but I gather by that statement you realize that she's pretty close to this. And I said, close enough to
So
touch
she's
him.
pretty close to this. Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, and I said, close enough to touch him, and he said, yes, ma'am. I said, yeah, she should change her name and avatar and email associated with Discord. And he said, I gave you my word that I had info, just couldn't share. I'm sure you see why now. So,
Is that
oh no, I mean, come on now.
okay.
We'd be
No,
here
I
all
just,
day.
all right. I didn't know if you had, go ahead. I'm here. I didn't know if that was the end. Yeah, no, I
No,
mean,
there's, let's see.
let me go look at the
I mean,
chat
I
real quick.
don't, do you remember who Tennessee Girl is? So there's somebody
Yep.
that says, um, he said, I don't know all of the members well enough. I would have to vet them. And there's a process. You went through it. Yeah, a long fucking phone call. And then I said, what about Tennessee Girl? And then I said, because we were looking for moderators for the
Listen
server.
to what he just said to you, that there was a vetting process and that you passed, basically, like,
Yeah.
good job. Like, yeah. Okay.
And so then I said, what about Tennessee Girl? And then I said, what about Lippy? And he said, Tennessee Girl over Lippy. I'm pretty sure I've seen Lippy flip.
What? Yeah, he don't see, and that's why. So he wouldn't pick Lippy because he knows Lippy's too smart. Like he's got a very specific. Scott looks for, like, Penny. You know how you have like a very forgiving heart. You're very understanding. Like you let things go, things like that. Like Scott doesn't know what to do with anything else because he needs to manipulate. Do you understand? Like, it's
Mm-hmm.
so interesting listening to the way he, like, positions himself with you, where, like, read that again, read that little sentence that you just read again, not the one about Lippy, the one about how you passed his little uh
All right. So just for context, we were seeing if there's anybody who would be a good moderator for the server.
yeah.
I said, anyone else in there you trust to admin that server? He said, let me look at who all has joined. So this server will go further than this case. So we need to get a few good people who are good. You can invite someone too. And he said, I don't know any of the members well enough. I would have to vet them, and there's a process. You went through it. I said, what about Tennessee Girl? What about Lippy? He said, Tennessee Girl over Lippy. I'm pretty sure I've seen her flip. But I mean, if he's new to YouTube, like
Yeah,
there was no flipping going on.
he's all ready to start a Discord and do all this stuff, and he's so new. Yeah. So he makes his entrance on my panel, and within a week, he's opening up a Discord and a research team and all these things with these shady local people, including Linda, who is the babysitter for Tucker, and she's close enough to all those people to touch. Yeah, Scott. All right.
So mm, he says, I let her know that you and I talked at length last night, but you had no idea who she was again. So our cover won't be blown and nothing could connect me with her. She was the only invite I sent to your group and likely will be. Now we all don't know each other.
Now we all don't know each other.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Is he
I
telling
think
you?
that he's not, I don't know, like, fuck, I don't know. I'm going to
Okay.
see if I can remove her messages in the main thread while she figures out how to change her name.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't feel like there was any other reason to like conceal who she was other than she has a daycare. And if we're like looking into who could have done something this summer, then, you know, somebody might want to come and fuck with her and she's got these kids. That's the only reason why I felt like it was, something to be, not blasted who she was.
I'm still here. Something happened with my connection for internet. I hope it didn't stop my stream. Hold on, I got to get back in. It said I lost it. Hold on. You still hear me?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I can't get back in.
Why
What the
not?
heck? I have no idea. This is odd. Hold on.
I think you're getting hacked.
Well, it was a good thing I'm on my phone, but I can't access my. Oh my God. What happened? I got all my other stuff works except StreamYard. What in the world? All my stuff is connected. Hold on, is it back? Let me see. Let me try this again. Okay, is this better? Oh, I'm back. Hold on. I don't know what that was about. Every time I go live, something happens with this, but that's never happened before. Hold on. There. I got it.
So here's one on the 18th. He says, Lemon Drop is going back through the Tiffany Marie video that I was on and keeps highlighting me in AB's Discord, pointing out things I said weeks ago. So glad that someone is getting benefit from my rambling. They see the picture getting clearer. That's a very good thing. I said, I don't even know if I was subbed to Tiffany weeks ago. Hopefully she don't out you as the connected to the dots. What time was this?
What does he say?
Hold on. Hopefully I guess that was supposed to be hopefully she don't outs you as she connects okay, so Lemon Drop was over in your Discord, I think, maybe highlight or AB's Discord, going over some things that Scott says, and he's like watching her. And I said, hopefully she doesn't out you if she connects the dots. Like, I don't know, maybe figure out who he was. Did he say his name on your panel?
No.
And then he said, oh, she knows it's me on the video, but all I do in that video is try to provide perspective of the area, tell stories, and give my theory. No pertinent info, so to speak.
All right. So where did hold on. Where Penny, so when do you know when it was stated that when did Linda admit to the first time? When did Linda admit the first time to living next to Brad's brother? Do you know that or do you not have that information? Because I was the last to know, literally the last to know on that phone call. Like I don't know how nobody was told that But
I don't know when she made that realization, but
mhm.
I want to say it's during a time that her and I didn't talk, and because I think Jenny and Adrian might have put that together, that, made that connection or so. I don't know, but I heard it from Adrian,
Do you
but I
remember
don't know.
around like how long ago it was before the phone call when she said it? Do you remember like around like how long you knew for?
Um, I would say at the absolute most, maybe a month before that recorded call. That
Okay.
had I heard it, maybe. No, you know what? I think that I knew about the Snaps Fairy thing, but I don't think that I knew that that was her neighbor. Like I don't think that that was something I knew before. I feel like I was just as shocked, but I don't know. But if I
Yeah.
did know, it probably would have only
No,
been
I'm
a
trying.
few weeks.
I don't care. I want to know when it came out. Like, when did Linda actually admit to living next to Jean Wishon?
I don't know. She used to work with Jenny and Adrian to help with research, but I don't know. I think that they determined that she just wasn't as good as research as she
Mhm,
was made out to be.
mhm.
And so I don't know. I think that they might have looked into her whenever they fell out with Scott the first time. I have no idea, because what made them suspicious was Scott sent Jenny and Adrian to go find out who Tennessee Truth was. But
Mhm.
he knew who she was, and so did Linda.
Mm.
And I don't know, they both made it seem like they didn't know who she was. And then whenever they were starting to do a family tree on Tennessee Truth, that's whenever Scott decided to tell them that they're related.
Jenny was surprised on that call, Luda. You're right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, she seemed to be surprised to me. It was like,
Well, Adrian had a lot going on, like with like kids and stuff. And I don't think that, and honestly, I think whenever Adrian started talking to Andy, a lot of that took up a lot of her time, possibly.
mhm.
And I mean, Jenny's told me that, and Adrian's told me that they can go long amounts of time without really even talking to each other and having a solid conversation. So it might be something that Adrian thought of in that moment to say, "Oh, hey, by the way, why didn't you ever tell anybody that Jane was Sean is your neighbor?"
Yeah.
And
I'm
everybody was
just
like, "What?"
I'm just trying to get an idea of how long it was. Like, did Linda tell this in the very beginning, like, or was it just something recent? So you think it was like a month before?
I don't know when she said it. She probably knew far longer than even Adrian knew. But I think that she didn't want to say anything because of all of, the whole hot mess that Brad is, that
Yeah,
I
but
don't think
see,
she
like,
wanted to say anything.
I see that as protecting, like, that's so before, when I was saying, like, I'm not going to spare anybody's feelings anymore from now on. Like, if you're not going to be straight up and honest for Summer's sake, like, that matters. And I'm not, shaming Adrian, but why wouldn't she say this? Like, why wouldn't she tell us that she knew that? So you've got Linda, who lives right next door to 423 Chase's brother, and no one knows that. So it's kept private to keep Linda safe. But what about all of the things that matter, like here, right now, as we're putting things together? Like, they're links on a chain for real.
So,
And
do you remember the picture that was supposedly supposed to be Polly Bernard in Brad's driveway?
she's not solid, Ren. Adrian's not solid, because if Adrian was solid, she would not have kept that private. And I'll straight up say that right here, right now. I'm pissed about that. I couldn't believe that she kept that from everybody. That hurt Summer. You don't protect Linda, you protect Summer. Like, for real. So, Ren, she's not solid. She's not solid at all. And that's how I feel about it. And I don't give a fuck. So go ahead, Penny. Sorry.
Do you remember that picture?
What one?
There was a van, and then there was a woman in the van, and she was in Brad's driveway.
Yes. Are you
And
sure
that
that was
was,
his driveway? Yeah.
yeah, I'm
It's
pretty, yeah.
just yeah, okay. So that
So that was, they told me what they told me. Like, I
they
think
told
it
you it was
was
Jody's mom, right?
Linda told me, I think it was Polly Bernard. So anyway, the
Oh,
person
they
who
said it was
took
Polly.
that, like me and Benny went round and round about this. Like, why? So that picture came from Gemini Hippie and Nana for Life.
Mhm.
And we're like, why would they take that picture? Like, why would you pass? Like, at this point, everybody knows Brad's a piece of shit. Like, why would you drive by his house and take pictures? And like, and then they stopped and talked to him, because I'm told that he told them, hey, don't be recording me and don't take pictures. If you do, I'm going to sue you. You know, that bullshit he used to always say about suing people. He
Mhm.
told that to them, supposedly. And and I don't know if there was like feelings there for him, because from what I understand, Gemini Hippie and him used to be like pretty close, like as in friends or whatever. They would go and have lunch together sometimes, maybe. But so maybe they were like doing a little pop up on, like, I don't know if there was any kind of romance or whatever there, but um like they drove by and took that picture. And like, I don't know why it was being pushed as Polly, but I also don't know why, these two women are going to, and I know that they say that they carry and they're not scared or whatever, but, um, and then Nana for Life also told me that, um, the lady in that van is a law enforcement officer's wife. I think Nana either said that that was Polly or that was,
Nana for life, right?
um, mm,
Nana for life, yeah. I just want to make sure I say that because I have a Nana here, Nana 6, and
yeah.
sometimes people will get like confused. So I want to make sure that I make sure everyone knows it's not our Nana. Um, Go ahead. So she told you it was a law enforcement officer's wife.
Yeah. But anyway, it's just odd to me that um that they would go and like drive by and
Mhm.
take a picture, and I don't
Penny,
know. And
that
then,
picture looks really close up. It looks like
yeah,
they're all the
like,
way up inside his driveway. Whoever took that photo was there at his house. I have no doubt. Straight up. Like that was
and why are you comfortable doing that, knowing the shit that he has done?
but in
Like,
order to get in that driveway, you have to be there. Like you can't just take a picture from the road of Chase's driveway. You have to where do you have the picture? I have it. I just have to find it. God knows where it is. That picture is right inside the property. Like whoever took that photo was right up on him. You can't zoom like that from the road
yeah,
into his house, into his yard and his driveway and shit.
yeah.
So where did that picture come from? Came from Nana
That
for Life?
she sent it to
Mm,
me, I think, but it didn't come from her phone. That came from Gemini Hippie's phone.
Gemini Hippie. And you know who Gemini Hippie is?
I have no idea who she is. I know that she, um, from what I understand, is friends with him. They helped with like the vigil, setting up all the decorations and stuff. And I think that at
Gemini.
one point she had a key to the PO box, but I'm not sure if she, like, what her role exactly was.
Gemini Hippie had a key to the Chase's P.O. box in Gray.
Yeah, I believe so. Mm.
Okay, so
She was
for
one of
those
the
who don't
ones
know,
that she and him, I think, were the ones that would. But I believe they told me that she gave the key back.
this is so crazy. That P.O. box was in Summer's name, for those that don't know. Chase opened a P.O. box in the name of Summer Wells in Gray, Tennessee. Um, and I have the P.O. box number and all of that. Um, wow. Okay. He told me someone else checked his mail for him and that it went through 5 other hands before it got to him.
I
But
don't think it was that many hands.
I
I
I
think
didn't
it
know
was
that
just
Gemini. I don't either, but I don't think that he ever told me it was Gemini hippie. So yeah, I think it was P.O. Box 891 or something. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head, but it was in Gray, Tennessee. Yeah. Why did he do that? I don't know, but I had a really big problem with him putting a P.O. box in Summer's name. And that's when I at that point things were definitely getting weird. He left my Discord a couple times, came back. Um, yeah. So the red flags started going up here, there, and everywhere, right? Like, yes, Gigi has a treasure trove of old notes and messages and everything with Chase. Okay, hold on one sec. Let's the Stacy Slay stuff's next on this, Penny. Do you have time?
I have about not a lot more time because the kids get out early today, but
All right, that's cool. I have to be off of here in 45, so I'm gonna get through these. If you have to go, just let me know. It's totally fine. I appreciate that you came up here because all of this stuff is super important. And as time goes on and more comes out and you revisit like these conversations, so much more reveals itself, right? Like that's why I say thank you to Crystal because she's sitting here watching, right, all of this happening and she's hanging on to stuff like I don't know if she does want to put stuff out or if she doesn't or what the deal is, right? But it's helpful. It is. No matter what, it's going to be helpful. It brings out at least a little bit, you know? So I appreciate that she did this. Let me see. Where did I leave off? Penny was under a different name in AB's. I don't think I saw that one. You were always a penny for your thoughts, right? In Discord. I could have sworn.
No, at one point it was like Doodles or something like that.
Oh, that's right. Okay, because that's what you came to YouTube with was doodles. All right. Okay.
So can I just say something real quick in case I do have to get down? So Jody Sue keeps saying that was not real Chris McDonough in that Discord that I made for her and Chris. I've literally showed the emails that I sent to Chris and him replying with the Discord link. I showed his Discord name with his number that is attached to it. And anybody who ever has had any sort of contact with Chris in Discord can verify that is his Discord name and number. And why that hasn't been done by anybody yet is very frustrating. But that absolutely was Chris in that Discord. And he's been emailed about the fact that he won't just say that. It's super annoying.
I know for a fact I know what he told me. I don't have it to prove it, but he told me it was him in the Discord, but that he never went back in. He said he doesn't do Discord. So I think he did enter, but he never did anything with it. So I can't prove that on behalf of Chris, but Penny, don't hold your breath. He's not going to clear that up. So,
well, I mean, even just if you have like a DM with him and you can click on his profile, you could see that the number is the same.
Oh, I've never messaged him on Discord, so I don't, but I'm sure somebody does. So you just need someone to prove his Discord number?
Yep.
Oh, okay. So anybody I can take care of that in private because I know people that have that. So, actually, hold on a minute. Let me see if I ever did. I don't think I ever messaged him on Discord, but no, I don't think I was in his Discord though.
You know, Rennie, Stacy Slay did claim to know Chris. She said that Chris knows who she is and that she knows Chris's wife and that Chris has talked her off of a ledge many times, was her words.
She said Chris McDonough has talked her off a ledge many times?
Yeah, after
Stacy
doing
Slay
the kind.
Yeah.
Yes, she did.
Do you have that?
Linda was on the call. I don't know. No.
It was a call. Okay.
She said Chris and his wife is very good people. And, they know who. You remember when his channel got taken down and that's the next day he was on your channel and then Stacy was supposed to have asked Chris to go on my panel to talk to Linda about her son's case. And so she says she reached out to him, but then that thing happened with his channel and he he went over on your channel to like lick his wounds and shit. And then he went to, I think, Doug's maybe, or Josh's, I don't know.
Yep.
But
that was the night that I knew I was getting sick, that night that I had him on my panel. So I think that was October 20th of last year, the panel that he came on. So Stacy, okay, so Stacy Slay, Angie says, I can't stand Chris. I've always side-eyed him. He's a douchebag. Yeah. Yes, we did, didn't we, Bridget? Yeah. It's okay. All right. So, let's see. She says, this makes no sense, and no one, especially Scott and Penny, will tell how they all know each other. I have seen Penny anywhere except anywhere near AB's chat before she came out of nowhere. So it's weird to me that she would be in AB's Discord. He lives in Canada, not Tennessee. I already went over that. Don't matter. Okay. Penny was under a different name. We just heard from her what that was, but I don't remember what it was. Something that had a part of her real name in it. It doesn't have her real name in it. Let her come unglued herself. The more they speak of her, the more attention and money it brings to her, says Crystal. Linda says, they are honestly trying to push her over the edge, I feel. Crystal says, this is not normal human behavior. I want the connections to come out. Please, please send me that email. So the email she's talking about, hold on. So here we go. This is the Stacy Slay stuff. Now, if Stacy knows Chris McDonough needs to, he needs to speak on this.
Well, I mean, she also said that she knows Paul Durant, and so she sent an email to him. She forwarded me the email that she sent to Paul Durant explaining her giving Jody Sue money, right?
Mm-hmm.
She forwarded, and she used verbiage that would impress upon me, or was intended to impress upon me, that she's on a personal basis with Paul Durant. She's like, see, you can't wait to get back in the field or whatever. And then she like signed off as JJ.
JJ. Okay. Huh. I didn't
But
know.
yeah, she's also running around YouTube talking to other creators. Like, I know Ziggy mentioned before that Stacy emailed her and said she's never claimed to be any kind of anything. I'm like, why is she doing this? Anyway, but I do have to go. I have 5 minutes till I got to be there. So
Okay,
I'll be listening. I'll come back up if I can.
I won't be live. Have a good day. Thank you.
All right.
So
I'll
much.
talk to you later. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. All right. So we're going to go over this here. This is the Stacy Slay stuff. Hold on. Okay. So, okay, funny you would say that. I was telling someone last night the same thing. I promise I will. So Crystal says, okay, I will chat with you later. I have to get ready to go to the hospital. Linda says, this Stacy had a Kingsport connection. Crystal says, do you know what it was? I want to find her. Linda says some real estate thing, and she now lives in Alabama. Is Stacy J. Slay, and at one time she was married to a Dobbs. Now, that's Linda. That's what Linda's saying. Crystal sends these photos right here. There are 3 of Stacy Slay. If you look her up on Facebook, it's Stacy Slay Tollison. She's got a Twitter. She's got all her shit's right out there. You can all look it up. All right. She actually has a real address. I mean, it's very odd. So I thought it was always a fake name. I don't have an explanation for this. So Crystal says the first one is the lady we were told. Linda, sorry, not Crystal. The first one is the lady we were told, and her background went to her too. Crystal says, the last lady goes under a different name. I will see if she still has the info. I forgot, it's been a long time, but I really got to go. Talk to you later. Uh, Linda says, I will get you that email. Crystal says, thank you. Linda says, I want the truth out there as bad as you do. Found them. So I'm going to pull these up for you guys. I'm going to read them to you, the emails. I had never seen these before. I just saw them through Crystal. Thank you. So Crystal says, thank you. We have to find out her motive and where Scott and Squall fit in and who Squall is. I may have asked, but I need her name. So then at the bottom here, hold on, this is just because one piece got cut off when scrolling on the video. So give me 1 second. I'm going to pull this up for you guys. All right, so on the bottom here, Linda says, I don't know Squall's real name, but later I will share my thoughts on her. Crystal says, okay. So, I'm not leaving anything out. All right. Now this is the email. All right. So it says, this reads, is that screen sharing? Let me make sure. Okay. It says, these were screenshots sent to the TBI tip line. It is my understanding that the original message was sent to a Facebook group administrator's message box. Patty is the group administrator or possibly one of them. I am in some of the groups as I joined prior to leaving Alabama. I do not comment or engage in the groups, and other analysts are filtering these leads and information. I understand that everything must be vetted and should be always. Unfortunately, I'm not at liberty to say who or what agency I work for. We were called in on week 3 after the ground searches stopped and Hawkins County and TBI asked for assistance from multi-state partners. Now, do you remember when okay, thank you so much. I got that. Wait, what I was just sent. Hold on. Perfect. Perfect. So I just got totally sidetracked. Do you remember when they said that you were going to be seeing less of the ground searches and that they were going to pull in resources from West Tennessee? Which, if they did, I don't know. It might have been like, behind the scenes type of stuff. Now, that was said by the TBI. They were going to pull in resources from West Tennessee. What happened going forward, who knows? Still don't know where Summer is. Now, that sticks out to me because she says we were called in on week 3. The search stopped day 14. It was done. So week 3, Stacy is saying we were called in on week 3 after the ground searches stopped and Hawkins County and TBI asked for assistance from multi-state partners. Please know that I understand why you must verify and double check everything. I have the utmost respect for you and your team, and that is why I emailed you. I apologize for not responding first thing this morning. I am physically and mentally exhausted. I am doing my best to figure out a way to get you some pertinent information. Interesting. Scott said that too, right? Scott told Penny in those messages she just read that, the pertinent information that only, certain people could know and such. So let's see. Without compromising the investigation or my personal safety, please bear with me. For obvious reasons, I cannot send official documentation I want to send to you. Let me get the next one. Hi, Tina G. I just looked down at my chat real quick. And I wish I could be like more interactive with the chat, but I can't do that when I'm reading. And so I apologize, you guys. I do like to pay attention to you. And I'm definitely going to go through my chat after too. So, maybe I'll do a follow-up live later on too, because I'll have to end in a little bit. but I'm going to get all this out of the way. So, please bear with me. For obvious reasons, I cannot send official documentation. I want to send you information as a private citizen who also has a boots on the ground presence. Penny, this is truly the most heartbreaking and disgusting story. I pray and search for these missing children daily. As a wife and mother of 3, it is difficult to see the magnitude of what is going on here. I am certain that you and your team feel that same sadness. I am working on pulling down some information from my laptop now without compromising anyone or the case as a whole. Please treat what I share with you as breadcrumbs to a bigger story, if you will. I reached out to share with you and Scott because I respect the way you handle yourselves and the information you are given. I do not trust many people. Penny, I am sure that you and Scott are aware that the corruption is widespread and the threats are real. Thank you for understanding and what you and the team are doing. Okay, so this here, did I lose internet connection at any time in this? Hold on, let me check because my computer said your internet connection's been restored. I hope. I want my job back at Tucker's. Is that the real Dawn, you guys? Can one of my mods check, please? Because I don't want anybody trolling in here. Okay, hold on 1 minute, Brandy. Let me check. I got that. Thank you so much, Brandy. I got that. Real Dawn, thanks for everyone's help finding truth. I want my job back. Dawn, don't you want Summer back? What about Summer? Don't you want Summer back? I wasn't part of him losing his job. Absolutely not. Okay, so I'm going to keep reading these here. All right, this one I want to share because it's at the bottom and it was cut off. I think it's important just to read this. I don't know what it means. I don't have a clue what it means, but down here at the bottom, it says, threats have been made by Laren Ingram, Matt McLeod, Ahmed Larson, and Alex. I don't know the last name. It begins with a Gionas, I think. Penny, do you have the rest of these? Do you have the other emails with Stacy? Possibly. Yes, of course I want Summer back, but right now I'm fighting for my boys. Okay, Dawn. Okay. Yeah, we can really only help with Summer. I mean, okay, hold on. So this part right here, the Stacy, I'm wondering if Penny has that. The threats have been made by Laren Ingram, Matt McLeod, Ahmed Larson. I don't know any of those names. Does any of those names ring a bell to anybody? Anyone? Do I think it was rude to say? No, Dawn, I don't. I don't think it was rude to say. I don't think it was rude to say at all. You know what's really got me bothered, Dawn? I'll tell you what's really bothering me right now. People are violating Summer sexually on the internet. That's what's bothering me. That's what's rude. You know what's rude? You coming in my chat to tell me how rude I am when you involve yourself with the likes of women who violate your daughter in a sexual manner on YouTube, and you think I'm rude? No, Don. I'm not rude at all. You should be filing charges on the women that are actually sexualizing her and violating her rights on this platform. That's rude. Okay, as I was saying, I've been sitting here for almost 2 years trying to help your daughter. Don't call me rude. You're welcome to be here. I have no problem with that, but I'm not rude. So now let me get to the next one. I think that might have been the last one. Let me see. Let me just check and make sure. And then no, hold on. So I got to show you this. So this is hold on. It just didn't show up is all. Okay. So got this one. Give me a minute. Just bear with me. All right. Okay, so I'm going to take this one down and put this one back up. Now this is where it gets a little weird. I was very interested in this. Hold on. All right. So let me read my chat for a moment. All right. So Don says, I have been fighting for Summer all along. Can't you see with your eyes? Yes, I can see that you have done a very good job of keeping Summer's name in the forefront. I will always give you credit for that because I believe as long as you're speaking of Summer, the longer she stays in front of everybody's eyes, Don. It's really important. You and Candace are the only people that can keep this going and keep Summer's name out there. We can do it all day long, but you as her parents need to keep fighting for her. Do I see with my eyes? I don't see with my eyes because I don't know your life. I'm glad that you're back around speaking about Summer, but I'd like you to fight for Summer. You aligned yourself with people that are putting her out there, talking about very, very disturbing things. So if you're fighting for Summer, you should probably disconnect from anybody who's saying you raped her. Right, Don? Because there's a 911 call people are picking apart telling everyone that Candace is telling people you raped Summer. Those are the people you're hanging out with. So is that fighting for Summer? I don't think so. I'm just being honest, So that's my opinion. Who? It would be Daisy, Prayer Garden, Ziggy, and Christine. Those are the people who did that. I know you can't keep up with everything. That's fine. But we're telling you here and now, if you care and want to fight for Summer, I think it would be in your best interest to stay away from anybody who would sexualize her and violate her on the internet. It's truly criminal. And we thank you for being here for Summer. I need to finish reading all of this. Why did Allison lie? We've been asking that question. Which particular lie are you referring to, Dawn? Which lie? Summer is missing and she is our focus. Yes, she is. Always. Did they ever find out who the yellow Jeep and green car belonged to in the video of Summer dancing in the rain? Just be yourself. The yellow Xterra is it belonged to Dudley Asian, and the green car, I have no clue what you're talking about. There was no green car in there. Um yes, Keister Bunny, trust me, I'm well aware. All right, so we're going to keep going. Yeah, he can privacy strike them. Absolutely. He can also file a police report on anybody sexualizing his daughter online. That would be a great start to see, for law enforcement to see that he cares about those types of things and is trying to protect her. That would probably be great, a great look on him to take action on those who are sexualizing her and violating her rights online. I would love to see that. CM and all CM lies and all the lies. Okay. Lil Wing, thank you for putting prayers in the chat. Hold on. That is not what was said on the call. People are sick. Yes, Twin Cities, what Candace said on the call was get away from her. Very clearly, you can hear her say, get away from her. It wasn't he raped her. That's not what was said. I don't think it's the same Xterra. Don is saying he doesn't believe that Jody's Xterra is the same as Dudley's. I do not either. I think it's very strange that they both have the same vehicle. Like, yeah, that's kind of a coincidence, but they manipulated the call. Yeah, we're not going to talk about it anymore. Only reason I said that is because it's a major issue here in our community at the moment. So let me keep going because I don't have a lot of time. All right. So we have here the next one. She says, found them. Crystal says, thank you. We have to find out her motive and where Scott and Squall fit in this and who Squall is. I may have asked, but I need her name. Linda says, I don't know Squall's real name, but later I will share my thoughts on her. She says, okay, hey, is there by chance an exact email address for her? Have you done an email search? For Stacy, I cannot see the email address. Linda says, let me see if I can find it. I know I wrote it down. Crystal says, okay, send whatever. I would love to hear what you think about Squall. I will respond later, though. So the next one. This is one. This is the next one. Don says, we've made many mistakes in the beginning, but we've learned a lot. Asking help for summer only. Thank you all. Thank you very much, Don. We all make mistakes. We're all human. Okay. And everybody here loves your daughter. So always know that she has a very big family online that loves her. Luda says, let's all focus on the topic at hand. Thank you. Okay. This one shows her email. I also found this pic, and we keep hearing the name Squirrel. So there's a Facebook photo here, like a profile, okay? So Linda says, okay, Squall, I was asked by her to email her on one of her lives about Tennessee Truth. I did, and she asked me to send her a message via Messenger. I did, and we started talking and comparing notes, etc. She put me in touch with the PIs. Hold on. We get the next one. Okay. All right. She put me in touch with the PI since Hawkins County wouldn't return calls. Then one day after I had spent hours talking to her, she came at me and said I had been Jody Sue Brown's friend all along and accused me of lying about my son's death. Needless to say, I haven't talked to her again and asked her what the hell her problem was. She blocked me. That hurt me to the core. I don't mind talking to you, but please don't accuse me or attack me. I haven't done anything wrong. I didn't know one of those people before Summer went missing. I'm just a mom whose child was murdered, and since Summer was local, I was researching things. JSB reached out to Penny. I don't know why it ended up in Discord, but I was asked to, hold on. Okay. Let me see. This is Linda, so you know. All right. Okay. I'm just a mom whose child was murdered, and since Summer was local, I was researching things. JSB reached out to Penny. I don't know why it ended up in Discord, but I was asked to be a part of it. I was new and dumb to all this YouTube stuff, so I told JSB who I was. Penny has released some of the stuff, and JSB some. As for Tucker, I didn't even know until a month or two in that I had daycare dads that worked with Don. I was looking at Don's Facebook and saw their names as friends. I asked them how they knew Don, and they said they worked with him. So I asked them about June 15th. I had already driven to the Meadows since it's close to where I am, and I contacted Scott to see the quickest route, and I drove it. Now listen to that again. I had already driven to the Meadows since it's close to where I am. And I contacted Scott to see the quickest route, and I drove it. So she contacted Scott. I want to keep putting emphasis on the fact that Linda had to message Scott to ask, and I don't believe this story. I think it's just the reason she gives for contacting Scott. I don't believe Linda needed directions from Scott. You're talking about two very local people. So, this is a lie. There's just no way. I don't believe that. So then she says, I hope I worded this so you can understand, but if not, let me know and I will clarify. I'm trying to write and cook lunch at the same time while watching kiddos. I would also love to share and other stuff that I know and have researched. It goes back to the Alexia Wells that I told you about. It connects to Hunter Cameron in that group along with many more. Hold on. So this here is the picture that came along with the squall stuff, which is strange. Doesn't she have GPS? Well, I would assume she does, and I'd assume she has Google Maps too. I'd assume she'd know her local area also. This is a woman in front of this man. Okay, so you know that's a woman with a short haircut and a guy. All right. And if you notice, it says Squirrel Tollison. So Stacy Slay, her last name is Tollison. Weird, right? Justice for Summer 2023. Thank you, When Evil Entered. I've been trying to get that hashtag up and off the ground like since January 1st. We're gonna find Summer in 2023. All right. Now, what time is it? 11:46. Hold on one sec. Let me open this link. Yeah, right. Crimes as Consequences. Brad came in as our tour guide, and from there we know the story, right? 423 Chase. Who is connected to Jean Wishon, who lives next to Linda, and Linda and Scott are pretty tight. So Don definitely knows Crimes Has Consequences, who 423 Chase is. He met him, I'm pretty sure, in real life. Remember Chase said he wanted to blow his head off and all that crazy stuff? Let me see what this is. All right. Okay, so Jenny has the other side. Oh shit. Does she have 2 hours of this? Oh wow. Hold on.
Showing that Linda, you are actually talking to people right now about this. Through text. Your screen share. If you want to prove you're
Oh wow. Thank you, Jenny. Hold on. Let me see something. Okay. Let me see if I can use this. Hey, Shanna B, how are you, hon? Peanut butter and jelly? Hey. Yes, Chase fixed his truck, right? Yeah. So Jenny has a whole 2 hours. Did you guys drop that link in my chat? Let me do this. So Gavel Geeks put up, and also, I guess, hold on. Oops. Oh, thank you so much. All right. So, do you guys want to listen to this? I guess I should ask. You want to hear the she's got the whole thing, like, well, more, not the whole thing. I think that call was like 13 hours or something crazy. But she's got 2 hours of this, and I don't know if you guys want to listen to it. She put it up, so let me see. Yes, you do. All right, I'm gonna pin this. I think it's important that we listen. Make sure if you listen here, you go give her the view. Not that she cares about that, but I just want to go give it a like. I stick this here. I'm gonna pin it up. Go give Crystal feedback or whatever. Go read the comments over there on that last video that was pinned. Go, read through stuff, ask questions if you have them, figure out if we might figure some of this out. It would be so helpful, And Jenny, thank you so much for putting this up. I don't know what's in it. I have no clue. Probably me screaming my head off at Linda in multiple places. So I don't know what you're about to hear, but let's see. Yeah, I don't think he's in here. I don't think he's been in here for a while, guys. It's been like 10 or so minutes, I think. All right, let's keep it focused, please. Let me grab. Benny should overlay it so that I know. Well, I bet he could, right? How long is the other one? An hour? Let's see. Read was his comment real fast. Okay, hold on one sec. The Purvigil one? Hold on. Was his. This one? Bridget? This is Don Wells. I'm in Tennessee. Hit me up for any events where you need people. 100%. I hang flyers, Purvigils, anything you need to keep Summer's name out there. Is that the one? Did I get the right comment? Okay. All right. Let me pull this up. Now, hold on. I'm going to play it, but I'm not going to be here for the whole time. So I don't mind leaving this on, but I'm not going to narrate this whole thing or anything like that. I'm going to I'm going to leave this with you guys and you can listen. So I got to get ready to go somewhere. So I will play it though. And sub to Gavel Geeks if you have not. Please, that link, this is the Linda bullshit. So she's got it titled just that, Linda bullshit. All right. Here we go. It's 2 hours and 17 minutes. Hold on. So glad she did this. So she started recording, she said, when Linda started screen sharing, and then she got the rest. Just know there's a whole bunch of hours that are not here, but maybe you guys will pick up on stuff, right? So listen really, really well. I think it's important that everybody hears these so that you guys, we all have different information, right? Together, it can be so useful. So anything that you think is important, point it out. Don't think that you might have the piece that connects the dots for one small thing that might matter. So, and we're dealing with listen, Linda, so it's important. Okay. Now I'm going to mute. I'm going to play this. But please make sure you go to Jenny's, scroll all the way through this, like it. I don't like sharing stuff. Usually I don't, but I'm going to share this for sure. So here we go. This is the shit show. And also, I forgot. Hold on. Let me clear this up. So I got a response about Adrian. She didn't. She said that it was the first call that they had with Linda, and that she doesn't think Adrian was like hiding it or anything. Okay, so that's fine. I did get upset about that. I get freaked out about the 423 Chase stuff. You've got to understand, 423 Chase told me Summer was alive in Indiana. Okay. I will never forget that. I probably get far more triggered by Chase than most. So it brings me a little out of character, and like to find out someone, knew that Jean lived next door to this woman who allegedly babysits all the kids at Tucker Drywall. Like, yeah, that's super concerning. Not to mention she's got a daycare living next to a sex offender. I don't know how that works, but all right, sounds legit. So I get a little frustrated when it comes to the Chase stuff, and I always will. I'll never forget that phone call, and I'll never forget what he said to me. So sorry, Adrian. I don't know. I wish I would have known that about Linda far sooner, because I could have started really looking into things far sooner is all. But all right. Read Jason Blake's comment. Okay, guys, I can't keep. I gotta press play. I gotta go. Linda's boyfriend, Kenneth Sensabaugh, was Linda's boyfriend at one time. She used to own Beach Creek Market and Deli. It's permanently closed now. Huh. Okay, Jason. Good stuff. Thank you. Thank you very much. I wish I had the time today to devote to like really sitting. I just don't. I wish I did though. Hold on. I'm going to press play.
Facilitator of all of the fuckery. You're right there in all of it. You distribute, you create, you encourage, you provide it, and that's what you don't want people to know. That's why you won't screen share, because as soon as you screen share, there's going to be somebody pop up on your text messages showing that Linda, you are actually talking to people right now about this. through
Pull up
text.
your screen share. If you want to prove you're not a shady bitch, pull it up.
She's gonna tell them right now. She's already had enough time, Tiffany. Stop texting me. I'm about to screen share.
Pull it up, Linda. I want to see your messages with Jody. For real. How long is this going to go on? It's fucking 2:00 in the morning, dude. Like, seriously, I'm getting irritated. We've gotten nothing out of you at this point, and it's only gonna, you're only gonna screw yourself. I'm just letting you know, because now you're in a predicament even more so than you were before. And I don't even know like how really I'm involved with this, but now I am, and I'm irritated because I've been super patient with you. I've been nice to you. Everyone else is being really patient. And you're really
I
not
mean, and Tiffany should be pissed too because you went up there and lied on her fucking platform. And then that ended up making, and made me end up going up there, and me and Tiffany got into it.
Well, I am fucking pissed because she does my fucking friend, and I've been pissed about it. And there's no fucking answer still. When I asked her, what did you want in return? She won't answer me. But okay, Linda.
I told y'all what I wanted in return. I wanted a trustworthy person in the FBI.
So you gave her AB's information for a trustworthy fucking contact at the FBI? Is that how valuable he is to Jody?
And that's bullshit because she has Linda has a law enforcement friend,
So,
apparently.
Wait till AB gets a load of that you doxed him, which he doesn't give a fuck about. Trust me, I care far more than he does. But he's going to laugh his ass off when he finds out you gave his information in return for a trustworthy contact at the FBI.
I did not give
He's
his
going to feel like $1 million, Linda. Oh my God.
You disseminated AB's information to me, hoping probably because AB and Tiffany were giving me such a hard time. You sent me AB's information. You sent Brad AB's information, and you were probably hoping that I would just tell it. But luckily, I didn't.
Information was already shared like for years before that, Linda. So you weren't doing anything no one had done before. You didn't affect him, just so you know. But I find it to be hilarious that his information is what you thought would get you a contact at the FBI. That's mind blowing.
So why'd you give it to me then? I wouldn't give you a contact in the FBI. Okay, so I don't fucking know those people.
Too. So what did you need from Penny?
I sent it to Penny so she would know exactly what was sent because it was Brad wanting it. Brad said it was for his attorney.
Giving AB's information to Penny doesn't prove to Penny what was said.
Well, that's also like whenever that fake email went out of a fake Scott account.
I just smoked 3 cigarettes in a row, and I'm going out to smoke another one.
And she contacted Scott to let Scott know that my information is floating around before she ever let me know. I had to ask her, why the fuck didn't you tell me? And she knew who it was all the fucking wrong.
I'm so confused.
No, I'm not going to share anything because I'm not going to put these names out there.
Put what name? Put what name?
Linda, can I tell you?
You didn't tell Jody Sue the name.
Jody Sue gave me names.
Nerve, man. Wow. I'm not going to share anything.
Yes.
Okay. She's not scoring any points, that's for sure.
What name did she give you?
Mine was 10 every time.
With the screen recorded message to law enforcement.
Okay, so wait a second. Hold on, Linda. You trust Jody with those names, but you don't trust any of us. Don't forget that, okay? Don't forget that. All right. I don't trust any of you guys on this call with my screen sharing, but I sent it all to Jody Sue. You know what you sound like? You fucking bullshitter. You're full of shit. I don't even think I've ever said that to anybody on YouTube before, that they're legit full of shit, shady, and a bullshit artist. This is an interesting conversation. That's for sure. Definitely one I won't forget.
So I want to know if Jody Sue gave you names, did you turn those names in to the trusted source at the FBI?
No, I gave
No,
them to the TBI. The only thing I gave to the PIs was the video of being threatened, the phone call,
threatened by who? Who threatened you?
a motorcycle gang.
The motorcycle gang who probably found you through your Facebook groups and has nothing to do with YouTube. Exactly. Because she's in the Tennessee dark hole group with all the crazy conspiracy theorists, probably fucking around with the wrong people, but she'll blame it on people on YouTube.
It's the motorcycle group that has been harassing other people because they've been connected to her.
Ah.
Exactly.
Well, what would she need to give him her name for? She's on
Because-
Facebook in the Tennessee dark hole as her real name.
Because
Like,
Jody
they can find her.
Jody Sue
There's-
knows her fucking name too. The people,
Okay.
the locals knows their name too. Jody Sue knows
So
those
Linda
names.
trusts Jody Sue. Bottom line, what we took away from this conversation is she trusts Jody Sue, but she trusts none of us. Okay.
No, it's not. The
Linda.
way I have seen some people attacked, some of
Okay.
these names I would be afraid to get
The
out.
reason people get attacked is for shit you're doing right now. This kind of stuff right here is why people get attacked, just so you know. If you were straightforward and honest with us, this wouldn't even be happening right now, but you've been lying the whole time. And that's what gets people in trouble. And usually I'm just going to let you know, anytime anyone's ever lied to me, I start digging and digging and digging. And I pull all kinds of shit out that I never even thought could have existed. So you could either be honest, or I'm just going to start digging to find out what the fuck you're hiding. And it's going to be how it has to go. So you can be honest or not. That's your choice.
The only thing I'm hiding is people's names that were given to me and people's names that were in that.
Okay, so take a screenshot, Linda. Take a screenshot and redact it and then show it. Hide those names for us, okay? And then pull them up. We'll give you time. Well, we'll just get digging because it doesn't look like Linda is going to be very accommodating here. Unfucking real.
I say dig away if you want to on me. I don't have anything
yeah?
to hide.
I wouldn't say that. Dig away. Dig away. You really want me to dig away? I would not tell me to dig away on whatever I'd like. Probably not a good idea. But
All
We-
you're gonna find out is
Jody Sue
I had
fucked
to
up
sign.
by fucking crossing all of us, and look what, we're all going live turn after turn on her because of all the bullshit she's done to us.
it's just it, like I said before, Linda, whatever you're lying about is probably really not worth lying for. Do you know what I'm saying? But it's making me think you've got an awful lot to hide. And there's something really serious you're lying about. Whereas before, I said it was probably something stupid that didn't really matter. Now I think you're really suspect. And the fact that you have a connection to all of Don's coworkers makes you even more suspect.
And Dawn.
You actually have a connection to Don Wells and have had a
Directly.
connection. Yeah. And here you are on a call with all of us, Benny, Scott, Adrian, Jenny, Penny, and me. You have bad luck, Linda? Do you have bad luck
sometimes,
in life?
don't we all?
Yeah, I think you do. And I don't think
It's ironic that I called her Clover in fucking Discord as her code name. So we wouldn't dox her fucking name. I code named her fucking Clover. That's pretty lucky, I think.
Well, I've definitely come to a conclusion that Linda's hiding something.
Yes, I do.
She doesn't care.
July, but August 18th was whenever I started the channel. Why sabotage people who are really actually trying to find answers, and you know that?
Because she's on
Why?
the wrong side, and she's not on Summer's side. That's
And
why.
so exactly. So if we're all trying to help Summer, you're trying to destroy us. What the fuck are you doing over there?
She's the only one in this conversation who isn't being transparent and can't act normal, can't answer a single question.
And is the
She's
root
only
of every
answering
single
questions
problem.
now because we've been putting pressure on her to answer questions for the last fucking 5 hours. How long have we been asking questions we cannot seem to get answers for? So, like, Linda, either you are just a rando and have no answers, but want to pretend like you're somebody, right? Or you're doing the things you're doing for somebody else. And I promise you we'll find out exactly what and who and why. Or, go ahead, Jenny. You're with no information, which I don't think is the case. All right. Or you're hiding something really major. And now I have a new project. And as you can see, Linda has nothing to say. She's completely unaffected by it because I believe Linda is actually working for somebody else. She doesn't have to worry about it because it's not on her head, it's someone else's. Linda,
I'm not working for
I can
anybody.
see right through you, dude. Like, I can see right through you like glass, and you're on a fucking call.
Well, you
I'm
know
on
what?
no call.
We're
And I'm
very
not talking to
dedicated.
anybody.
We've put so much time into what we're passionate about today. And today, that was Memphis. We've been on the phone since before Tiffany even ended her live stream. We have not hung up.
There's a reason why this night ended with Linda here in this call. And she's still sitting here with nothing to say. Like,
Because I'm protecting somebody, and it's not Jody Sue.
okay, who you protecting? Like,
I can't.
she's a
can't with this
fucking
phone.
liar. Okay,
I don't
you're
know
a
how
liar.
to do it on my phone with this call going.
So,
So we
Linda,
protect
did
the
you
dog.
hold on? Did you and Jody plan that little thing there that she did? Is that why
No,
you haven't seen the messages? Because I feel like you and Jody were working together.
I never worked with Jody.
Really? You just said I'm protecting somebody and it's not Jody. Fuck. I don't think any of us ever said you were protecting Jody, but that's
And it
odd.
has nothing to do.
Mm-hmm. Has nothing to do with what?
You absolutely were working with Jody, and she showed it.
Uh-huh.
No, what you saw was after Jody sent me to watch that video that white girl put out.
That's why everything was so selective. You did not care if she showed that you gave her AB's info. You didn't care if she showed that you gave Scott's info. The things you didn't care about, you allowed her to show. Am I right? Just to make it look like the two of you have nothing to do with one another. Right, Linda? Or no?
We don't.
Am I wrong?
My last
Am I
message
dumb?
to her, I sent you a screenshot of.
Mm-hmm. Right. But you won't screen share because you can't handpick what you show. Correct? Correct.
No, there's some names on the Beach Creek
And you
area that
won't redact them. You're making excuses as to why you can't redact them. Now I
Don't
have
show
a
those.
problem with you.
Don't show
'Cause you're
that
lying
date
straight up.
then. So let's
All
say,
of
for
us.
example, if you dropped those names to her on October 7th, don't show us October 7th.
I didn't drop the names. She dropped names throughout.
Show
the
us
conversation.
anything, then pick all your
Versa,
text messages
whatever.
besides those. Don't
Tomato,
show text
tomato.
messages that show the names. It's that simple.
Right.
I'm sure you have plenty of text messages. Pull them up. Just don't show us the ones with those names. It's that simple. Go ahead. We'll wait. You don't have to show us that exact text message. Show us the other ones. Don't take too long. You'll be shady again.
I'm going to be no matter what. So what does it matter?
Here you go again. You've done that 3 times tonight. Every single time it's, well, you won't believe me anyway. Then the next time it's, well, you're going to accuse me of it anyway. No. And now, well, I'm going to be shady anyway. That's your answer. So you're good with the fact every single one of us knows you're a liar. And this is never going to go away now. And if we can't get this out of you on a private phone call and never say a word about it anywhere, what's going to happen now? Like, you can make this so easy for yourself, but you want to make it hard. I don't understand people like you. You actually have the opportunity to communicate with all of us, never have a word spoken about it, and everything be fine. You could literally tell us anything, and none of us would say a word. Because this phone call is not going anywhere. Not a single one of us plans to ever speak about this phone call. So you're choosing to hide all kinds of shit. God only knows what. That's a problem. That tells all of us you're hiding something. And it makes it look like you're hiding something really serious. You're
And it
making
makes
this
me
difficult.
want
It
to
doesn't
tell
have
the
to be.
fucking world.
God. No one plans to say a fucking word to anybody because it doesn't need to be a big deal, but something isn't right here and something's
Exactly.
wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think this was necessary. And Linda, you're fucked up, man. But you know what? Everything happens for a reason. And I believe you are hiding something serious. And when we get to the bottom of it, if it takes a whole fucking year, it'll be worth it. I have no doubt. Because people like you who are hiding all kinds of bullshit end up with people like us for a reason. There's a reason for this phone call. There's a reason why you're hiding shit. And there's a reason why we're going to find out what it is. Because you won't give us the answers. That's on you. You could have absolutely given us whatever you wanted to, and no one would have said a word. Now I'm pissed. And I'm probably going to speak your name plenty of times in the future because you can't even be honest. And now I have to actually talk about this.
Yep.
I want to know who you're protecting from the people, these people here on this fucking call
It's
are the
not
ones
Jody,
who have
she
fought the
said.
hardest for summer. And you're keeping, you're not only that, but you're putting
information into your.
All right, guys, hold on. This has to get pulled. That video is going private. Hold on. There's something in this video, private that, put it private. Okay, so let me take this down. Listen, so you understand why I just did that. I got a text. Okay, so when Linda screen shares, she actually has in her YouTube names of the children that she babysits for. And Jenny didn't realize that was in there. She needs to fix that and cover it up. I don't know how long that might take. She might not be able to do that today. And I'm sorry, but we can't dox the little kids she babysits for. We just can't do that. We just can't. And I don't want that to happen. I don't want that to happen on my channel either. So she's privating that, and we'll figure it out. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize that that was in there. So I'm just immediately shut it off. Okay. Cause I don't want to take the chance. Okay. With all that, there's multiple children she has YouTube accounts for, and she realized that they were there. So she messaged me right away, and I said, well, let's just pull it. You know, she's totally fine to pull it. Well, I can, but Teresa, the thing is, she uploaded it. She uploaded it to her channel, and I was using her link. I guess I could do that if she wanted to upload it, and I could not screen share and just do the audio. But I don't know if she has time to do that. I think that she works during the day, so I don't know what her schedule's like. And I have to be somewhere. I'm kind of multitasking at the moment, but we cannot have those little children's names on the screen. So hold on. It's okay. It's okay. And please understand, you know, these are little kids. She showed her YouTube, and all the little kids' names are in there, and we cannot do that. We have to protect all the kids. So she's going to fix something whenever she does that. Whether it's today, tomorrow, the next day, we will get the call out again. We're going to fix it. Okay. So I'm going to end this. We'll come back. As soon as she does that, I'll be back around this afternoon. If she wants to, she'll figure out what she wants to do with it. It could go that way, like criminality. Just if someone could drop criminality, please. That's Teresa. She did the interviews with, guys, if you don't already know, criminality is Teresa. She did the interviews with Mary. She did the interview with, she did the Q&A with Candace in the very beginning. She used to be on a different channel. I'm not going to say the channel name. So please sub to Criminality. You guys all know who she is. She's a boss. All right. That's all I'm going to say about that. We love Teresa here. Sub up to Criminality, please. She is amazing. She's got a great little team of people over there. Before you go, thank you so much for listening to this. I think that the stuff that Crystal shared was very important. Thank you, Crystal. And Jenny, when she figures out what she's going to do with that, I'll be back. I'll come right back. So maybe be looking for me this afternoon. If not today, then maybe tomorrow. But I can even put up on my community post also. And I do apologize that I had to cut that, but it is what it is. We sometimes run into these situations, and they're not hard decisions to make, of course. But of course, it sucks. You know, I get it. And I'm sorry. I apologize. But oh, Benny just went live. So go over to Benny's then. So hold on. That's perfect. We'll have somewhere to send him. Send you guys over to him. Hold on. Let me drop the link. Oh, and before I go, hold on a second. Lips. I've never asked to speak to Candace. I don't know where you were misinformed. Never in my life have I ever said I wanted to talk to Candace Wells. So, why Lips is in my comments, I don't know. I don't know who told you I wanted to talk to Candace, but I've never said that. So, get yourself all excited, Lips. Okay. I gotta go, guys. I'll be back. Okay. Lots of love. Everybody take care of yourself and have a good day. Watch out for all those shady folks on YouTube. Oh, go to Benny's. Okay, bye.